So hey there, beautiful people. I have not done a Lindy's latest likes in a very long time, but these are products and food items that will make your life easier, healthier, and more enjoyable. I am always looking out for you guys. I really am. I'm always looking for good products for you. There are going to be 5 foods today that are comfort food, snacks, and healthy substitutions for other foods that are really not great for your health. And you're just not going to want to miss this one. So hey there, my name is Lindy Ford, registered dietitian, clinical and licensed nutritionist, and nutrition detective. So I just wanted to let you know I counsel patients all over the US, not just in my hometown where I practice, but I do that through video conferencing. I cannot counsel people overseas. I wish I could, and someday I will be able to, but I'm just not set up to do that. But if you want more information, you can actually email me. You can see the email in this video at the front and the back of the video. And if you do like this video, this Lindy's Latest Likes, please give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe to this channel and hit that little bell up there. So I have to tell you that I'm actually not featuring my very favorite wrap. That is the siete wrap. And because it is so difficult to find, I can only find it at Whole Foods. I did a video on the siete chips. I love them. I'm over the moon about them. I love them, but that wrap is really expensive as well. It's like $8 for a package of wraps, and I can only get them at Whole Foods. So I really haven't, I'm really not going to talk about them today, but the wrap that I am going to talk about is something called the Bee-Free, Bee Wheat, and Gluten-Free Wrap. Okay, let me show it to you. Can you see it there? All right, this is a wrap that I found at major grocery stores, ones that you may be able to access. And where I found this was Publix, but I think it's at Harris Teeter and it's probably in other places. What you want to do is always go on the company's website, and then you can find out where you can purchase it. And you can also talk to your grocer about this. Now, this is not a perfect product, but it's a really good product. It's a really good wrap because it's gluten-free, and it's fairly low carbohydrate and high fiber. It's not completely organic or anything like that, but it does have some potato and some tapioca starch and some white rice flour, but it also has something called inulin, which is a great fiber. So for one of these wraps, which is fairly large, it actually has 11 grams of net carbs, which isn't bad. And I can tell you that it is much better than a glutinous wrap that is actually very high in carbohydrate. And some of the gluten-free ones are very high in carbohydrate as well. I did with it this morning is I just used half of it. So I ripped it in half, put some cream cheese on it. I put some smoked salmon. I actually put a little bit of cabbage on it, like shredded cabbage. Sometimes I'll put some greens. You know, you can put anything. The sky's kind of the limit on that. And I rolled it up, and it makes a great rolled sandwich in the morning. So that's something that you may want to think about. So I like it's called the Bee-Free wrap. Okay, the second thing is something that I'm on a quest for. So I kind of need your help on this, and that is a really good cauliflower pizza. I have been experimenting with my family, trying out different ones. I tried out one from Trader Joe's, one from Whole Foods. If I can get my hands on it, I'm going to try it. The problem with most of the cauliflower pizzas is that cauliflower is there, but there's mostly some type of corn or rice flour or some type of grain like that I'm really not jazzed about. And then the carbohydrate count goes up. So it's not a true cauliflower pizza crust. Okay, it's better than a regular pizza crust, but it's not a true cauliflower pizza crust. And I have to say, I have seen the YouTube videos on how to make your own. That ain't happening in the near future in my life. Okay, I just don't have time right now to make my own cauliflower crust. I wish I did. Many of you do. go for it. And you can just send me those crusts and I'll eat them. But just let me tell you real quickly about this Real Good Pizza Company. This is the best one that I have found so far. Actually, my friend Sally told me about it. Thank you, Sally. Big shout out to you. But it's the Real Food Pizza Company. And the good thing about this is it's mostly cauliflower in that crust. Now there's other things too, but it doesn't really raise the carb count. That's the big problem with a lot of these cauliflower crusts, is the carb count just goes way up when you're using corn and rice flour and all those things, okay? So this has cauliflower, first ingredient. Hey, how novel is that? And mozzarella cheese, Parmesan cheese. So if you are sensitive to dairy, this is not your product, okay? Because this has got dairy all over it. It's got it in the crust, it's got it on the pizza. But the other thing I have not seen in any of these cauliflower pizzas is almond flour. So it has a little bit of almond flour and some other things in it. It's got eggs and coconut flour and all kinds of stuff. But it's not, everything is good. Everything in here is good. The other thing that I really like is the uncured pepperoni that doesn't have any nitrates. You don't see that very often. So it's a good product. The taste, let me just talk about the taste. Not bad. It's not, I'm not there. I am not at cauliflower pizza nirvana, okay? I just had to be honest with you. It's a little bit dry, probably because of the almond flour. I think I didn't cook it long enough, so it wasn't real crispy. Now, Sally told me that the Supreme was the best. Unfortunately, where I got it, I couldn't find the Supreme. One of the things, one of the reasons that I'm showcasing this today is because I got it at Food Lion, and I think that that's a national chain where you may be able to check it out at Food Lion. So that's a good thing, right? But I do like it, and it's good. It's a good substitution, but it's not quite there. It's a little salty. That was the other thing. It was like really, and I love salt, and salt is not the enemy, believe me, for most people. I like salt, but this thing was really salty, probably because of all the cheese that's in the crust, okay? So that's something to consider. Now, my very favorite pizza dough, and you know, when I have time, is always gonna be your Simple Mills. I have showcased many of their products. Of course, their crackers are my favorite. Always have the Simple Mills crackers. Always, always. Because they're the almond crackers that I love so much and they taste so good. This is something that you would make your own pizza with. So it's not as convenient. Let me show it to you. But it's still my favorite. It's going to be my favorite. It's lower carb, but it's actually not, is one slice of it's going to be 10 net carbs, okay? So it's a good, this is a great product. Still trying to find, this is not a cauliflower. It has a little bit of cauliflower in it, but it does, no, this one actually doesn't have any cauliflower. Yes, it does. It has a little bit of cauliflower in it, but it's not like, that's not the #1 ingredient, guys, okay? So that is my take on pizza crust. If you know of a great pizza, cauliflower, low carb pizza crust, and you think it tastes really good, please, please tell me about it below. I am willing to try it, and I will actually give you a big shout out. Okay. Now, for the longest time, I'm going over to some snack foods now, okay? For the longest time, I did these Parmesan Crisps in many different ways. Let me just show them to you. These are crispy cheese. That's what these are. Not 100% cheese, guys, okay? And so you're getting 0 carbs. There's really only cheese and cheese cultures, okay? Again, if you have dairy sensitivity, if you have GI issues, you may want to stay away from dairy for a while. I do take a lot of people off of dairy. I'm not saying that dairy is the end up, but I don't. And so sometimes I just need something crunchy, and these kind of do it for me. There's another brand called Wisps that you can get at Costco and Walmart, and those are really good. Same thing, same idea, okay? And then there's some store-made ones, okay, and various stores. But these, I'm just walking through Whole Foods, and I think you can get these online. These are called Paleo Puffs, okay? Now these are interesting. I'm telling you, they are very interesting because they are made out of organic cassava. Now let me tell you real quickly about cassava. Cassava is really interesting. It is the tuberous root of a tropical tree, really only found in South America. But the big thing about cassava is that it is full of something called resistant starch, which is really good for you, okay, and me. And resistant starch is kind of like a soluble fiber. It resists digestion. So really the carb count in this is lower than what they're saying because of the cassava. It decreases blood sugar levels. It actually helps with insulin sensitivity. I'm going to link a link below. If you haven't watched any of my videos, please watch this one about insulin sensitivity and how we can get all out of whack on that one and how it affects our health. It's one of the greatest things that affects our health. And it decreases appetite, and it also increases digestion. Because this is a soluble fiber, it doesn't really get digested, and it really helps and aids in digestion, believe it or not. Okay, so we need more fiber like that. So cassava is not a bad thing. Raw cassava, don't ever eat, okay? That's in developing countries, and I would be really careful with that because there's cyanide in it. Any cassava that you're going to find in this country is going to be cooked. It is not going to have that problem. You never need to fear it. What's so cool about this is just the beauty of the ingredients. Let me just tell you about the ingredients. It's got the cassava, it's got organic coconut oil, it's got tapioca starch, coconut flour, sweet potato flour, and Himalayan salt. It is more of a dense little, it's not going to be like a cheese puff, okay? It's kind of like one. It has kind of the same consistency, but it's denser. Now, here's the deal with it. It would be such a perfect product. I'm kind of reaching out to, this is, the company is Lesser Evil. I'm kind of reaching out to you guys like, please make this with avocado oil because coconut oil's a little bit strong, right guys? I mean, if you love coconut oil, you will love this product. This is a great product for you. I kind of like coconut oil. I tried these out on my 8-year-old. She said, I kind of like them. She'll eat them. Like she won't put her nose up in the air and not eat them. But it wasn't like her favorite thing. And I think it's because the coconut oil kind of overpowers the puff. All right. And I kind of wish they were a little saltier, believe it or not. So this is, in America, it's called yucca. The cassava is called yucca, and it's made, tapioca is kind of made out of that. So anyway, I got these at Whole Foods. I know you can get them at other places. So that's something that may interest you. It's got the good resistant starch and the good coconut oil, which is very anti-inflammatory. Okay, here's another product that some of you will maybe my friend for life because of the next product, okay? And this is called Skinny Pasta. It's the exact same product. There's like 5 or 6 of these, but it just comes in different shapes, right? So right here I have a lasagna and a fettuccine. Guys, I never met a pasta I didn't love, but they don't love me back. And they don't love many of you back, okay? Because of the issues with the gluten, the digestion, the carbs. I eat pasta and I can gain 3 pounds the next day. I just don't know why. Pasta and I don't get along, though I do love pasta, okay? So sometimes I want something like that. Well, years ago, I tried something, and I forgot what it's called, Miracle Noodle or whatever it was called, but it had kind of a weird smell to it. It kind of had like a fishy smell. This does not have that, okay? It really doesn't have much of anything except fiber. There's a ton of fiber, but it doesn't taste fibrous, if you understand. It's more like an Asian glass noodle or a shirataki noodle. This has something called glucomannan in it, which is really just fiber. That's all it is. It's glucomannan. And it comes from something called the konjac yam. So it's a konjac, really fiber, or konjac noodle. Okay, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. There has been some studies showing some impressive weight loss benefits because there's like 0 carbs in this baby. Lots of fiber. I mean, the carbs basically, you have 5 carbohydrates, you have 5 fiber, you subtract 1 from the other, you get 0. 0 net carbs, which is really cool. The other thing with glucomannan that we know about is that it's a prebiotic fiber. We need more prebiotic fibers because they feed and nourish the good bacteria, the skinny bacteria in our gut, okay? I'm going to link a link below about prebiotic fiber. This glucomannan also is known to lower the hunger hormone ghrelin. So there's a lot of real cool things about it. It possibly, some studies are pointing in this direction, that it can decrease blood sugar levels as well as cholesterol, decrease cholesterol, as well as relieve constipation. I got these on Vitacost, Vitacost.com. Here's what I did the other night. You do have to rinse this several times before you use it. It's already kind of pre-cooked, but I just saute it in a lot of things. So I used the rice one the other night, and you know, I saute it in butter or whatever. It doesn't really have a strong taste to it. It is not going to be exactly like pasta, but it gives you that feeling of eating pasta. And it could be a great substitution for you, okay? So what I did was I ate it as rice, and then I had some left over, and I actually made like a little cereal for myself the next day. I put some almond milk, some vanilla, some chia seeds in there, and just made like a really cool like little rice pudding, and it turned out really, really good. You could put heavy cream in there or whatever. So depending on your perspective, I think I have saved the best for last, okay? And that is these real cheese. They're kind of like cheese straws. Guys, you know cheese straws, right? They're called Cheds. I was buying cheese straws from Whole Foods, and they're very similar to this, a little bit bigger. They were actually in their bakery. Their bakery didn't make it, their centralized bakery did. And they're really, I love them a lot. I have to limit myself because there is some rice flour in there and some flours that are less advantageous to us, right? Well, I was walking through our new Earth Fair in town, and I found these, and I know a lot of people may really benefit. Again, they have cheese in them, so if you have GI issues and you have leaky gut and things like that, you're going to want to limit your dairy. But sometimes we need that little crunch, right? We need that little crunch in the afternoon or right after a meal or whatever, and these could do it for you. They really could, because number one ingredient is not flour. It's not any kind of flour. It is cheddar cheese. Now, number two is the rice flour, but that kind of makes them airy. In fact, that makes them, to me, a little bit better than these Parm Crisps, okay? Because these are the cheesy things that I was eating, and they're good. They're okay, but these I think are even better. I just do. Because they're a little bit lighter, a little bit airier, and I really like them because number three ingredient is butter. Butter, guys, there's butter in these, you know, so these are not no carb, guys. You cannot be eating the whole package in one sitting, or you're going to find yourself in a lot of trouble. But you know, getting a handful of these and just kind of satisfying that crunch that you might need in the afternoon may do it for you. It's so much better than grabbing potato chips. It's so much better than grabbing tortilla chips or whatever you normally grab. This could do it for you. So I like it. I think it's I like the gluten-free variety. They come in lots of different flavors, lots of different varieties. Make sure you get the gluten-free one. But this could do it. You know, this could be a really good substitute for you. So I hope that all of that was helpful. I really do. I don't know if those kind of foods will appeal to you or not, but you know, we're in this journey together. I'm always looking out for you. Just again, remember to subscribe to this channel, and I'm also on Facebook, Lindy Ford Nutrition and Wellness. I'm on Twitter, and just remember that everyone deserves the freedom to live their best life. Thank you.